Hi everyone, welcome to Twin Flame Tuesdays. I'm going to try to make it a little quicker than I did last time because whenever I'm reading for myself, it's like that information instantly reaches my brain. But whenever I'm reading for others, it takes me a while to explain it. What is going through my brain out into my mouth. So, man, I got some papers. Queen of Swords, Princess of Pentacles. If that means anything to anyone. I'm going to try to give you 2 love readings today. I was on a roll. I was posting videos every single day. I was on a posting streak. And then Saturday I was throwing a birthday party for some friends. And my buddy Clark came over at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like, he was like, yeah, I'm going to come by a little early. And it was like 4 o'clock. Dude. So anyway, I did not get to post a video on Saturday. I'm posting 2 now to make it up because I want to keep up the consistency. Okay, sorry for the intro. Y'all are like, just get on to the reading. That's how some people are. Anyway, I love you guys. Welcome. I am really grateful for you guys, and I am really happy to get back into these readings. So let's see what the Divine Feminine, where she is at. She is at the 9 of Wands. So she is really overburdened, overworked, lots of stresses, lots of responsibility she's dealing with. She might even not necessarily be thinking too much about the Divine Masculine right now because there's just a lot of life stuff, unexpected bills and car breaks down, anything like that. So I get the sense that she, for many of them, and she could be a he, you know how this all works, but the Divine Feminine is probably taking on a lot at work, probably stressed about matters that are unrelated to the Divine Masculine at this time. The Divine Masculine is in a place of action. He either wants to communicate, he's on the precipice of communicating, about damn time. But he wants to charge forward with his ninja kick and bust through the place and make a big splash, right? So he might be drafting an email or planning like a way to get you in his good graces, any number of things. So what does the Divine Feminine want to tell you? And if these 2 messages don't resonate with you, then this is not your reading. I would like to catch you next time for the next Twin Flame reading, but for this particular one, it looks like the feminine is stressed with life matters and the masculine is ready to take action and or communicate. So what does the Divine Feminine want to tell the Divine Masculine? We have the 10 of Pentacles right here. So the Divine Feminine is questioning whether her values match up with his values. Wondering if perhaps she put more value on the connection than he is. Maybe they want different things out of life, and perhaps she is in a state of contemplating moving on, contemplating doing something else. She may also want to tell him the 10 of Pentacles could mean job loss, financial instability. So this does explain being overburdened, being overworked, having to pinch pennies, the stresses that come with not knowing where your next paycheck is gonna come from, and that's for, not everyone has lost their job, right? But she also wants to tell him that her commitments right now are limited as a result of all of these burdens. So the only person she can really commit to right now is herself. Really interesting because it's like it's switched. The divine masculine wants to tell the divine feminine that he has not given her the full picture of things, not been totally clear or totally honest about the connections, and there's still some things that she is unaware of, most likely his feelings, right? And it's interesting that we have 2 cards about communication. So I think he really wants to clear the air and say the things that were left unsaid. How does the divine feminine feel about the divine masculine? The Princess of Pentacles. Divine feminine, I'm feeling a little funk. The Princess of Pentacles reversed is a card about not having, not offering anything of value, not learning any lessons, sort of like promising things and not delivering. So she might feel like any number of those things for the divine masculine. I'm sorry. The divine masculine. How do you feel about the divine feminine? We have the Princess of Wands. So 2 princesses, different energies. So how the divine masculine feels about the divine feminine is that she's a lot of fun and that she is very playful and goofy and silly and gets him to lighten up. Divine feminine needs to lighten up because she's really, really serious in this reading. What is the divine feminine learning from this connection? She is learning the 3 of Pentacles. I think what she is learning is not to, what is that phrase, sell the store for that cow or something? Like, not to believe automatically in these promises, not to believe too much in potentials, but in like actual physical real world examples. So what she is learning is basically actions speak louder than words, right? She is learning to appreciate those who come through and sort of leave those behind who aren't there for her when she needs them the most, and is learning to allow other members of this team. So let's think of your partnership as a team. Other members of this partnership, the divine masculine, to put in some work and not bend over backwards to try to make the connection work, right? Like, not push for the divine masculine to love her, not push for the divine masculine to put in any effort, to only go so far in how you work on the relationship, but recognizing that it's important for the other team members to work on the relationship because it helps no one by doing their work for them, because who wants to be doing all the work, right? What is the divine masculine learning from this connection? We have the strength reverse. So I think the divine masculine is letting go of some pride issues, letting go of some ego issues. Quite possibly what the divine masculine is learning is how to build his courage up. But that could be all 3 things as well. So not being so prideful or protective of his sensitive little heart, and having the courage to recognize his feelings and sort of own those feelings, right? How is the Divine Feminine healing the collective? We have the Chariot. So the Divine Feminine is moving the collective forward. The Divine Feminine she has a mission. Twin flames are about being in mission. I think a lot of people forget that. But in the Chariot card, we see a man driving 2 horses away from civilization and out into the wilderness. So the mission of the Divine Feminine is to drive paradigms about love and dating and relationships away from everything we knew and into a new world, into a new frontier, because dating, courtship rules change all the time, right? We don't date like we did in Jane Austen's time. I get so annoyed whenever people are like, I wish that everyone was like Mr. Darcy. It's like, no, I do not want to date like that. Like, I'm happy with the way we're dating now. I mean, I do, like, you know, I do have some obvious criticisms, but we have evolved from, you know, being sold off by our dads into a marriage. I don't have to deal with that anymore, because men and women actually broke that paradigm to where we don't have to practice the same courtship that is outdated right now, right? So the Divine Feminine is leading us into a new way of loving, a new way of choosing partners in our lives, and that can be scary because it's into the unknown. We don't know what the wilderness holds, right? It's an adventure, so it can be scary, but the Divine Feminine knows that the paradigm as it is now isn't working for her, and so she wants to dream bigger for that ultimate love. So how's the Divine Masculine healing the collective? We have the Hanged Man. So this is a similar message, believe it or not. This is like movement forward, and this is stagnation, but it does hold a similar message, what I'm getting. So the Hanged Man can suggest looking at things from a different perspective. He's hanged. Almost said what I shouldn't say. He's hanged upside down, and as the blood rushes to his head, then he gains a sense of enlightenment. We see this aura around his head, right? And it's because he couldn't see the world right side up. Like, seeing the world upside down showed him a new way to look at the world, right? And so this is about being in separation, being in limbo, being in a holding pattern, and gaining enlightenment as a result of observing what takes place during this time. And so he is healing the collective by seeing new ways to break the paradigm too, right? Seeing, it's like, it's more like an aha moment, like, oh, I didn't know I could actually, like, date like that. Like, why have I been dating like this all along? And how, what other things can I do differently, right? So this is more of a sort of tiptoe, where this is like, I gotta get out of here, I can't, like, do this anymore, right? But they're both looking at the paradigm in a different way, in a different perspective right now. And that is how they heal the collective, because they move them out of outdated courtship, right? So, what does the Divine Feminine need? 3 of Cups reversed. The Divine Feminine needs to withdraw a little bit from friends. I love friends, and I have needed them for support for other reasons, right? That have nothing to do with twin flame, that stuff. But on the twin flame journey, it can really isolate you from your friends because they don't understand, right? They're still working in that old paradigm, so they can't understand your experiences. And they give you these old tropes like, why don't you just move on? And if you are a twin flame in separation and you do want to move on to another partner, I do believe that is possible. And I don't believe that all twin flames are meant to reunite, but everyone has, their set of beliefs. What I'm saying is they are going to be skeptical about your signs and synchronicities, about telepathic communication. They're just not going to get it, right? So what the divine feminine needs is to not take advice from your friends. And it doesn't mean that you have to be the one giving advice, but I think what this is saying is to be more tight-lipped about your love connections and hold it like sacred to yourself, right? And if and when you guys reunite, then maybe you can open up the door of communication with your friends again. But until that happens, it might be best not to share information with them that they won't be able to process. So what does the divine masculine need? The Princess of Swords. What does he need? The Princess of Swords is a spying card. Oh, maybe it means just to communicate. Because the sword suit is about words. Sometimes the Princess of Swords can suggest sort of a passive-aggressive energy. It can suggest spying, creeping on the Facebook. But because the sword suit is the air suit deals with words, communications, abstract, cerebral concepts, right? So maybe what the divine masculine needs is to reach out. I mean, we do have these two guys, right? The Eight of Wands and the Ace of Swords. So that's what I'll take. Okay, one for the road. We have the Queen of Swords reversed for the divine feminine. So, during this process, if you have withdrawn from your friends and you feel like you don't have support from people in your 3D reality, make sure during this time not to get like bitter, jaded, or cynical about love, and to speak about your experiences from the heart. The Queen of Swords is very funny. She's very sassy, very smart lady, but she can be too cold. She can be bitter sometimes, right? So this is just saying that you can still be sassy without the snark, without the biting comments, right? And that includes some self-deprecating humor that could either act as a self-fulfilling prophecy or distance you from those around you. Yeah. What is the last message for the divine masculine? The Fool reversed. So, the last message is that you are resisting taking a leap of faith. I don't believe this is necessarily a bad. I think you're being cautious, and I think you want to go about it the right way, the perfect way. And so this Fool reversed, I don't see it as a bad card. I see it as making sure you sort out your baggage, making sure you come prepared for whatever the Divine Feminine has to say, and getting all your ducks in a row before you do come forward and communicate. And that's always good. That's not a bad thing. If we fly off the handle and spout off, then we end up saying hurtful things. We do have a lot of sassy, passive-aggressive air energy. So I think what the Divine Masculine, the last message for the Divine Masculine is being measured about this reunion, being measured about this comeback. So let me know if that resonated. I love you very much, and I will see you next time. Bye. If you would like a personal reading, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Check the description box below and like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's hard doing this spiel, y'all. I forget the script that I'm supposed to tell you guys. But I do love you. And yes, if you would like a personal reading, check it down. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye. I love you.